What's going on, guys? Zennosh here, and today in this video of Air of Light, guys, let's discuss about how to deal a maximum amount of damage against the forest Bastille, okay, so that we can actually be eligible for so many rewards possible, like through daily rewards and also the seasonal rewards, from where we will be getting a tons and tons of conversion stones plus potential change stones and many more. Okay, so let's do this. This video right over here is provided by my mentor Enlu, and please try to subscribe to his channel as well, because he actually does provide very genuine contents which can be very impressive, especially for the beginners and even the mid-game players as well. This is how you are supposed to set up your team in such a way that like they actually sort of like aid each other, okay, and they sort of like go in a very good chemistry so that like they actually produce the result that you really want, to see. All right, so guys, please do subscribe to his channel. He's pretty great, and especially in Discord, he's very active, guys. If you have any questions regarding the Air of Light, he is very ready to answer all of them in no time at all. He's always active. Okay, so now let's get started with this guide right away. First of all, guys, right over here, he has actually used Dark Isabel and the Dark Blavatsky as the support. So why these two particular units? First of all, guys, this Dark Isabel can actually provide a leech buff to everyone, and during that period everyone will actually receive 30% less damage output. Okay, so that's pretty great, meaning like your team is gonna have a more survivability and viability in the battle. And the same goes with the Water Blavatsky, but in this case not Water Blavatsky, this Dark Blavatsky, she can actually put that heal over time buff on everyone, and during that duration of the buff, what's gonna happen is like everyone right over here is gonna receive 30% less damage, okay, from the forest Monarch, and that's pretty great. So already a 60% damage reduction already, so that's pretty great, amazing, isn't it? So that's why he has not even used a single healer. That's great. Okay, and the next thing is that like during the leech buff, what's really happens is that, you know, whenever your melee DPS servant actually deals a lot of damage, she can also recover her health as well. So pretty much she can actually be a little bit of immortal, okay? And it will also really help your other servants to keep on, you know, like surviving throughout the entire period of battle, so that like your team can always, you know, like sort of conserve its constituency. And that's pretty clever, okay? Very intellectual indeed. And right over here, we have the Fire Spiegel, and what Fire Spiegel can actually do is that he is already maxed awakened, and he can boost the damage done by your any of the servant right out here by up to 30%. Yes, the damage can be boosted by up to 30%. So our Fire Carmilla right over here can deal a massive amount of damage, guys. So that's pretty great. And the next one is the Fire Heat. He's pretty much a very good and decent tank, and that's all there is to it with him. Okay, no need to really look into that one. He has a very high growth rate, and that's all he needs. Okay, he really needs to tank a lot of damage incoming, and he's actually gonna do pretty fine. And now let's move on to our main contender, that is the Fire Carmilla. So why he has actually chosen this DPS servant? First thing is that, guys, the recommended right over here is death-based DPS servant. Why is it recommended? Death-based DPS servant can actually deal additional amount of damage against the forest Bastille. Yes, you heard me right. If you have actually any sort of death-based DPS servant, like let's say Fire Archangel, maybe Forest Archangel, Fire Carmilla, Fire Nu, okay, these are the type of servants that will allow you to deal a massive amount of damage against this raid boss, which is pretty convenient, guys. Okay, so let's try to see what sort of gears he has actually provided to the Fire Carmilla. Okay, so let's try to actually play this video. So you can actually pause this video right away, or you can actually check out this video on his channel as well, in order to look into every sort of like stats that he has actually provided, which is pretty great, guys. Just look at his, you know, stats. Just look at that, guys. Defense is phenomenal. Okay, it's more than 11,000. It's like about 11,800 something. Okay, that's great. That's really awesome. Next one, speed is really good as well. 103 plus 141. That's 244. That's great. The next one is crit rate is pretty good as well. That's about 90% of crit rate. That's enough. Crit damage is, wow, that's pretty insane amount of critical damage right over there, guys. 554% critical damage in total. This is actually going to allow the Fire Carmilla to deal a massive amount of damage. And yes, you also need to take care, or let's say take this potential into your notice as well, because he has that specific potential that says increases the damage dealt in the world rate by 15%. Yes, this can actually be provided in the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th potential of the awakening section. Okay, so if he has that one, that can actually really allow you to deal a massive amount of damage, a total of 45% additional damage against the raid boss. Okay, so this in turn will really allow you to deal a very humongous damage against him. So let's try to keep on moving, and yes, you can actually see that right over there. So you can actually pause the video again, as I told you before, or you can actually check out his video in his channel as well to get the very good like detailed follow-up on that one. You can also check, oh yeah, another thing that I really want to take or tell you guys is that like he now actually focuses more on the wind gear sets and the chain gear sets. Why? Okay, now there's a reason. Wind gear set will actually reset the global cooldown right away as soon as he uses the skill. This will actually make him very good utility right off the bat. This will really also allow your servants to spam their skills ASAP very frequently, and this can actually improve your quality of gameplay very drastically. Okay, it's an OP mechanic right out there. If you are going into the late game contents, you can actually pull, or let's say you can actually put or equip this kind of gears that is wind gear set and the chain gear set to nearly any sort of servant right out there, except for the tank. I guess for tank it would be best to actually equip them the petrify gears or the iron gears. Okay, but the rest of the other servants, just go with this one. It never goes down. It never goes down, guys. That's why Heat dungeon is actually better than the Omen dungeon for this case of scenario, because just try to imagine such situation where you can use your, or let's say spam your skills right away, bam right over and over again, and that is actually going to be very good, guys, because you can already equip yourself with so many buffs. You can remove your debuffs very easily. You can keep on getting yourself healed, and you can keep on spamming your combo skill over and over again, and this will actually output a lot of damage with so much viability, endurance, and like so many other like life-saving stuffs. Okay, so much utility right out there, guys. Chain gears will be very important when you are trying to chain your combos from this servant to your main DPS servant. Yes, so whenever he is using his ultimate skill, what's going to happen is that like he is actually going to trigger the ultimate skill of the main DPS servant, and that is also going to help you in the long run to deal a massive amount of damage. So it's going to be a very compact like series of combo over combo over combo over combo, and that means obviously a great huge amount of damage at the end of the battle, and that obviously will help you in scoring a very high score in such boss raids. So let's keep on looking into this one, guys. Okay, so right over there you can also show the like this is the stats. Wow, that's pretty sad. He actually lacks 2 gears. Oh my god. Okay, like he is especially here, especially for his passive skill that provides the combo skill gauge boost for the DPS 7, and the next one is providing 30% damage boost towards this Forest Bastille. Okay, that's all there is to it, and I think I have already made clear of the remaining of the servants. Firehead is pretty much a tank, just a decent tank. That's all there is to it. Okay, so let's keep on looking and watching into that one. Look at that. That is called the cooldown reset, global cooldown reset. Whenever like one servant actually use that skill right away, the reset happens right away. Okay, so that's pretty great, meaning like you will be able to spam your skills pretty fast. And thing is that like, yes, it's only limited up to 50%, so there is a 50% chance the cooldown reset, the skill cooldown reset actually happens or triggers. Okay, and there we go. That's what I said about linking your combo skill. Wow, that was 90 million damage. Okay, 90 million damage, and just look at that. Whenever the Dark Blavatsky will also use her combo skill, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? She is gonna trigger the combo right away with the Fire Carmilla. Now that is the best thing right out there, and because of the wind gear set, just look at that buffs. Okay, how many buffs he has already been able to build up so fast. within the first 1 minute of the game. Oh my god, that's a lot of buff that he is actually having, and this kind of buffs actually makes this team pretty immortal. Just look at that, how much damage they are actually receiving by now. 0 damage so far. You know, like, they are pretty much very sustainable team. Okay, yes, you also need to care about like how sustainable your team really is when you are fighting the battle. If they can really outlast the battle, okay, so that they won't be wiped out too early during the battle, so that, like, you know, in the end you will end up with very high damage output and obviously with a very high score. Okay, so that's the thing right out there. Oh my god, just look at that, it's pretty great. It's really good to watch it out like this one, and he is pretty much also doing some manual input as well, so that, like, you know, he can focus more on the damage basis. Just look at that, linking up the combo skill and over and over again, which is pretty much very you know, like, how to say this, like, possible due to the chain gears. Yes, due to the chain gears, thanks to the chain gears, the combo skill linking was pretty much possible very easily. Okay, just look at that, almost 100% of the time he is actually linking his combo skill. Wow, isn't that great? Isn't that great? Just look at that. He has already been able to inflict about 844 million damage already, and it's just like halfway through. Okay, so I think he can actually deal about like 1.6 million damage, maybe 1.6 billion damage. Sorry, 1.6 billion damage. Let's see about that one. Then just look at that. Just look at that, combo over combo over combo over combo. Okay, this is the series that you really want to put up throughout the entire battle, so that, like, you can keep on, you know, like, building up that damage over and over and over again. Look at that, look at that, and just look at it, how sustainable his team really is, even without a healer. He doesn't even have a healer, and he is actually doing so much great. Okay, so good. Wow, just look at that, damage over damage over damage. Now he actually reached 1 billion damage. That's pretty great, amazing. Let's keep on seeing, guys. Let's keep on watching, let's keep on watching. Oh my god, nearly 100%. Oh my god, it's nearly 100% chance that, like, whenever he is using the combo skill of his support units, he is actually linking them right away to the main DPS 7, that is the Fire Carmilla. Just look at that, just look at that. Oh my god, nearly 100%, guys, thanks to the chain gears. That's why chain gears is very important, and the wing gear is pretty important here as well, because you should have noticed by now that how fast the skills actually reset right away as soon as they spam a skill. Okay, which is very important. Just look at that, just right now it did happen. Okay, because, like, it saves you that about 5 seconds of time. Even the 5 seconds of time actually can cause a really big you know, like, fraction in the game. Okay, it can actually create a huge difference in the gameplay, and it can save you the 5 seconds if you have that global reset cooldown time. And especially in the PvP battles, oh my god, it's OP. Okay, if you can actually build up a lot of you know, like, you know, like, buffs, debuffs right away in the very first minute of the battle, you can actually have much easier time in defeating your opponents, even in the PvP battles, and even here in the raid. Oh my god, it is actually becoming really great. Wow, wow. Okay, so I said 1.6 billion damage. He actually made it up to 1.5 billion damage. Pretty close, isn't it? Yeah. Man, okay. So let's try to actually look into one other thing, okay? So right out here, one last thing that I really want to discuss with you guys is that the mark change. Yes, he has actually changed the mark of these servants in such a way that it actually triggers to match up with the mark of the Fire Carmilla. See, he has actually changed the mark of the Fire Carmilla, I guess. Okay, right over here, which you can actually do easily with the crafting section. Yes, you can craft the extra marks, and you can equip it on your servants so that they can be more mark compatible with the other servants, so that whenever they are using their own combo skill, it can link to the combo skill of your main DPS servant, which is the Fire Carmilla right over here. What a genius tactic, right? what a smart move. That's the thing that I want to say to you guys. If you have not really checked out the craft section, please try to check it out and try to really build out the the other marks options, okay, which I think is going to be pretty great from upcoming update, because in the purifying grounds I heard that they are also going to be providing the mark stones drop. Okay, so that is great. That's going to be really great. So this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel, and obviously that of Enlu, my mentor. Okay, and see you guys in the next video.